is everybody? Are you well? This is the Journaling with What You've Got series, and I have found the stamp that I really wanted to add to last week. So I'm going to see if I think I can fit that in. I wonder. I guess I could easily put it on this week. But it's meant to be of the moment, isn't it? So, hi, my name is Kendall James, Miss Kendall James, and I am creating a memory of each of my weeks by sticking in things that I eat and use and find and get sent. So that's what's going on here. Let me see. Probably not going to add that here. I'll put it on the next page. So here we've got the lovely 3D page I made last time. I think it turned out really, really well. As you can see, we've just got basically junk coming in around here. Nothing too strenuous, nothing too expensive or fresh, just as we are. I've got enough pages, I think, for the rest of the year. I think so. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 10. Yeah, we got plenty. I checked back in the beginning. Got this lovely book from my brother and his girlfriend. They just bought a house together, so I expect it to be more than that in the future. We'll see. So I went to the cinema twice this last week. I do it Sunday to Sunday. So I think I'm going to I start with a little sky background in each of these if I can. And I think I'm going to start with a little Mario Land something. But I saw the Super Mario Brothers, but I also saw The Little Mermaid yesterday. And now I don't normally go to the cinema in Japan. It's a bit more expensive, but also it's inconvenient because of when I work, I usually can't get home in time. But I used my Sunday afternoon and my Thursday. It was my first day off in 10 days. So that was nice. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm typing this in here. Mario Brothers movie. Oh my goodness, I didn't know there was a 1993 one. Mario Bros movie. Bros. I'm going to try and get a fun sky. Or maybe the sky will be rainbow. Sure, let's have rainbow sky. Okay, I'm going to start adding a bit of a rainbow sky and then the Little Mermaid movie. And then I've got lots of rubbish next to me, basically, so I will use the rubbish too. Okay, images. Let's see. Okay, this looks cool too. So let's see if I can make it like The Little Mermaid and Super Mario Brothers all in one. I think I can do that. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Claire. Hi, Charity. How is the poo head? He's fine. Kind of. He's kind of fine. So he was released from hospital on his birthday. What a lucky guy. But and thank you for asking, by the way. And he had the rest of the day off and then went to work yesterday. And he's got another day off again already. So, what a poo head. Or maybe he went to work Thursday and Friday. So he's not working that much. But they couldn't work out what caused an anaphylactic shock. But they did do a whole bunch of tests on him. They even did tests that I don't think are appropriate for an anaphylactic shock at all. So they did a CT scan on him. And I'm actually getting quite annoyed at the way Japan uses up resources, because a CT scan, it might only be small amounts of it, but it also does release radiation. So it's just silly to needlessly release radiation into the earth, into people's bodies, especially if there's a time when they might actually need it. And he had what they say he had an anaphylactic shock. He sent me pictures of his back and his body and everything, and I could see what looked like very extreme heat rash, which, you know, could well have been anaphylactic shock. He just woke up with it. So I don't know. I'm thinking like a spider bit him or something. I don't know. But of course he's been bitten by mosquitoes before, so nothing happened. So I think that's fine. But what can I say? They kept him in the hospital overnight. They decided they couldn't work out what was wrong with him. I guess they probably didn't do allergy testing because they're probably not equipped to do allergy testing. A lot of places sadly aren't. Other than doing a blood test, a lot of places will not do intolerance and allergy testing. They just don't, which I think is mad, because it's even something you can do yourself. So I think it's really mad that hospitals won't do it. But basically, they did lots and lots of tests and charged him lots and lots and lots of money. And they told him they don't know what caused it at all. I guess they might have just said, be careful, and sent him packing. But they did tell one other thing from the CT scan, another thing that I've told him already, which is annoying because he won't listen until the doctor's told him. But he might, hopefully, with any luck, he'll listen properly now. But I just don't know if he will, because he forgets that kind of thing easily. But basically, he's had a wake-up call. He's on his 35th birthday. He was told by his doctors that his lungs are bad. And his grandpa is not with us anymore. I never met his grandpa. All I know of his grandpa is that Rio loves him a lot, and that his grandpa, when he was 20, gave him his first cigarette and gave him loads of his cigarettes thereafter. So Rio became, in my opinion, a version of a chain smoker. And I know some of you might smoke and everything, and my entire family smokes. I don't, but my entire family smokes. So it's really hard for me to disconnect from loving and liking people and knowing they're smoking or smokers. There's nothing I can do about it. The ones I love smoke, and it creates a divide if I try and stop them smoking. So there's no point me doing that, because I'd rather have my friends and family in my life, which sucks. But yeah, the doctors have told him his lungs are really bad. And I'm like, well, duh, your breathing's bad sometimes and you smoke a lot. Actually, since last year, he has stopped smoking the strongest cigarettes, like normal cigarettes. He started smoking low nicotine ones, but they're still bad. They're still really bad. And he stopped smoking so much because it costs too much money. And it just picks up again. So there, bleh. So his wake-up call is, the doctor said, you need to stop smoking. But he's either translated that, or the doctor said, you need to buy a vape. So that's what he's going to do. I'm not convinced vapes are really much better. I think they might be a little bit, but I don't think they are really, because ultimately you're making your lungs all hot, which is bad for them. Don't you think? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, right? So I'm wondering, his new job involves much more physical activity. I'm wondering if because he's doing more physical activity, his lungs have reacted, basically. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm going to add a Little Mermaid-y turquoise down here. I don't know if it's a good idea or what. Mixing straight onto my page. I guess I can add fishy-like things down here. Might not look very nice, but that's fine. It's just a bit of colour in the background, really. I think I can make it look more nice if I want to. And thank you guys very much for coming here. We were going to go to the hydrangea garden, but for a heap of reasons we're not. But anyway, they're not in full bloom, so no problem going next week when they are in full bloom, because I can't afford to take you guys multiple times, so we should go the best time, is my opinion. And same for the botanical garden. The botanical garden is always nice, to be fair, but let's save my energy for the best time. So thank you very much for being here now. Those of you that even get the notifications or even read them. I know not everybody can or will or does. Hey Lauren. Getting the Mario Brothers together with the Little Mermaid. I'm not impressed by your matchmaking skills. I don't think I understand. Oh, as in romantically. Got it. Okay, this is going to be the beam of light from the Little Mermaid. Here we go. Loose interpretations here. There we go. I'm happy enough with that. You saw my message on Facebook. Thank you. Yeah, it takes a lot of work even just to do all that kind of promotion, to be honest. It's effort. Hi, Lauren. How are you guys doing? Any news? Anything you want to share? Let me know. Gregory, I'm sorry you're up so late with this, but thank you very much for being here. You're going to need to watch the Mario movie, Gregory, if you want to know what on earth happens. Because there's no crossover. There's no Mario Brothers getting with the Little Mermaids. The Little Mermaids! Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. I'm going to call that my background. Excuse me. You know what? I'm gonna mute and have a little cough. There we go. Muted. Got a little inspiration from the Little Mermaid. I'm not going to draw things in that. And I got a little inspiration from Mario Brothers. Like this. I think I might add some... I'm going to add some brightness like this coming into the Mario Brothers one. So I've got a little bit of paper here. I'm going to use this as a bit of a palette. Add a little something more fun into the Mario Brothers. In Japan, I normally only go to the cinema once a year, so to go twice on Sunday and Thursday is, big surprise. Pretty fun, pretty cool. Making this little palette over here. Let me pin it up here so you can see it happening. So this is journaling with what you got. Journaling with what you got. This is journaling with what you've got, and I'm an artist, so I've got lots of art supplies, to be honest. And so I've been putting a background in the middle, kind of not putting too much pressure into the background, and then sticking loads of rubbishy things all over it. But they're always really colourful because I'm lucky enough to be living here in Japan, so I've got lots of nice colourful things to add. We've got something that looks a bit Aurora Borealis like, so let's see if I could do something that looks a bit like that. I'll just paint lots of little lines. It's so warm. Suddenly Japan has become super warm. It's humid and warm. The rainy season is here. So it means that the paint is drying really, really quickly. That was the leading observation there. As of today, I declare my potted miniature roses to be in full bloom, blooming chock-a-block full of aphids. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear it, Gregory. Blooming chock-a-block full of aphids. That's no good. Well, it's the effort that matters, right? So well done for putting in that effort. I didn't put a buy me a coffee link because I find when I do, I've never had a buy me a coffee. So I don't think I'm going to be adding those in the future. Some people said they liked it, as in they liked seeing it, but I think seeing it made people think I'd had contributions, so I'm going to stop doing that. It's useless extra effort. No need. Oh, I'm going to put a bit of pink in this next one, I think. Looks a little bit strange, like odd DNA. I don't know what day it is every single day. I don't know what day it is. I think it's my Friday. I'm just putting random swirls in here. The colour is not at all what I wanted. So, gouache paints mix totally differently, I think. There we go. That's going to be that bit done. Ta-da! Now my mission is to not stick my whole hand into the paint because that's what I've been doing lately. So it's the cinema edition. We can get some cinema-like things and a couple of other bits around too. Also been posting lots of stuff. Oh, I also got sunstroke yesterday. That was pretty rubbish. Won't need to be getting sunstroke again. I think I still feel like I've got a bit of a headache from it now. So I've been posting many things. If you want to buy a box in Japan, you have to pay 100 yen just for the one box, and it comes wrapped in so much plastic. Ugh. And yesterday I got popcorn at the cinema, and I was wishing I hadn't ordered popcorn because they make you put it in a plastic bag, and I said no thank you, I don't need a plastic bag for my popcorn. And they looked at me with distrust, like I'm the kind of person who's gonna spill popcorn all over the floor. And instead of putting less popcorn in the pot, they put it all in a plastic bag and told me I had to take it. So I stared at them very angrily for quite a long time while I finished sorting out my stuff, because I felt it was the only way I could really convey my pissed offness without totally stressing out the Japanese people. We've got these Snoopy gummies that I ate because I did a snack experience for you guys. Snack live stream. So cutting around the Snoopy gummy. Oh, it smells good, like so many apples. Pretend apples. Oh, it's come up to the season where we really cannot get enough water, so I can already feel a headache here in my morning. So like I just have a headache. Just have a headache from waking up. That's annoying. I don't even have kids, so that's not fair. I don't think I should have a good morning, you've woken up headache. don't know where he's going to fit in really, but we'll see what I can do. It's a bit too big, isn't it? We'll see. I'll just get a few more bits and bobs and we'll see. Here's the hydrangea forest I'll be taking you guys to. That's also a bit too big. Is everything too big? Why? Eating popcorn out of a plastic bag to make the whole thing seem less appealing. So it was in a tub and then the tub was put in a plastic bag. So really didn't need it. And guess how many pieces of popcorn fell into the bag? 1. Just 1. Making the bag totally useful. Right, I've got this popcorn packaging here, and I was thinking maybe I could cut with the lines in some cases, so that might make it a little bit more interesting. I want to teach you guys how to create some interesting layouts with just normal stuff that you've got, to be honest. So if we work with patterns and things that are on the packaging, we might have some more interesting results. Well, let's see, shall we? Let's see. So I really wanted to get some advertisements from the cinema for Super Mario World, the Super Mario Brothers, but I had no luck. Everyone had already taken all of the Little Mermaid and Mario ones, so I've only got other ones like Barbie and Indiana Jones. Did you know there's a new Indiana Jones movie coming out? Isn't that cool? So what am I doing here? A little cutting up, in, working with the paper. Okay, here you go. Do you see? I tried to use some interesting points within the paper. Maybe it will make it look cooler. Maybe. I have this from a little snack I ate. I have this from a little snack I ate. This is Art Attack. I did enjoy the movies themselves. Thank you very much. I really did enjoy the movies themselves. Have you guys seen them? Oh, look, if I put my nails on them, I can make these go curly. How fun's that? Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Subway. I got the Subway sandwich at work last week, or this week on Monday. Let's even put receipts in there. I want to teach you guys that everything is worthy. Also, it's one of my favorite Subway times. It's the Mexican Naco Sub. I get Subway because it's one of the only ways I can get salad in a food court in Japan. One of the only ways I can get vegetables in a food court in Japan. Because generally, Japanese people eat meat and carbs, generally. And if they eat vegetables, they're often pickled or just to garnish. And I prefer vegetables, so it's difficult for me. Oh, here's the botanical garden one. Yeah, we can squeeze some of these thingies in and around. We got this little lucky bit from last time, to be honest, so I'm gonna pop that in here. Not lucky actually, but I'll pop it in that one. And also this was on Saturday last week, but I took Rio out for his birthday. Used the final amounts of my paycheck to take him out. Ooh. So I'm gonna stick this on the previous page, like that. There we go. Let's see. Maybe you could find something else you need a plastic bag for, but I'm sure you already have more plastic bags that have come into your life than you need of. I do, Gregory, but I also don't have many. I like saying no to plastic bags, so I don't have as many as one might think. So that's cool. I kept my cinema tickets. I kept other little tickets from food and stuff. Got this gorgeous Ramune gummy packaging. I got another cinema ticket, so I can put my cinema tickets in here. That's fun. And this Toho Cinemas receipt has got a nice little logo bit, so make sure you cut these little things out. There we go. Let's see where you're at. I haven't been to the cinema in years. It costs way too much. I agree it costs a lot, and I'm too lazy to go to the cinema. I would rather go to the theatre than the cinema. I would rather go to the theatre than the cinema, but the theatre costs 10 times the amount of the... Well, it costs 5 to 10 times the amount of the cinema. So, that's a difficult one. I would rather go to the theatre too. But that's way expensive. 6. Oh, I want to see that. I would actually love to see something when I go back to the UK. Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Sorry it's not an outside tour, outside live. I got this from a garden. I don't think I'm going to squeeze that into here. A bit too many things. I got this. These are plants, but they look like lady parts, if you ask me. But I guess that's kind of what plants look like. I didn't actually see them. I just wanted to show you guys this, to be honest. And I kind of want to cut these little things out. But this is the carnivorous plants that you can find. Well, I've shown you some before on the Heygo tours. I also finally ate my chocolate frog this week. So I have to put my chocolate frog in there. Look, I just made a pot. Excellent. Chocolate frog. Chocolate rog. Look at that, I got a rog. I think I should add this one in. Is that a long-standing type of diet, or is it a modern change to what people are eating in Japan? I think it's kind of long-standing, but as in probably the last 50 years or so. So people in Japan, like the original... Oh, it's really hard to say. What do I say? A lot of colourful things that are on plates. For example, if you had sushi, the colourful things would be the fish and maybe little floury things. But when they eat vegetables, it's usually a very small amount. Like it'll be one piece of carrot, one piece of lotus root. Whereas in the UK, where I'm from, we are more likely to have a whole heap of different veggies on our plates. And that is more my style for sure. Oh, I took myself to Coco's, so let's get some receipts from all these thingies out. All these thingies, bear with me. So that's why I look for sometimes vegan and vegetarian restaurants in Japan, because I just want to eat things that have a variety of vitamins in them. I like to have a variety of nutrients. That's usually my main excitement when I look for something to eat. Or when I make myself something to eat. I've got these cuties over here from the snack experience I did. So just in case people that don't know me are watching this, do go on linktr.ee/Miss Kendall James to check out the other things that I make and do on Etsy. If you are a part of my Kenda Packer crew, then you also have a special link for a special coupon code for money off on my Etsy shop. So thank you guys very, very much. And just thank you guys in general, because you're my only remaining income from Heygo days generally. There are a few of you that have tips sometimes too, and sometimes it's the same people. So thank you very much, you guys, for trying to help me keep going. I really do appreciate that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And go on buymeacoffee.com/Miss Kendall James if you want to get the kind of newsletter like updates, some pictures and things. I know it's not very natural for you guys to use that, but I do appreciate you popping on there and following if you can, because it works for me. We got to stick some things down, haven't we? Yeah, I also find it hard to find fruit and veg and also breakfast. Yeah, but their breakfast is different, Lauren, and yeah, it's made in the home. You'd have miso soup. Miso soup is their vegetables. Yeah, miso soup and what can I say? Their vegetable, their big vegetable is the soybean basically. So tofu and miso soup. So breakfast, generally you have it in your home, and often cafes aren't really open for that kind of thing either. Excuse me, just gonna cut out one more thing over here, and then I think I'm ready for a compendium of sticking. Why does the popcorn bag remind me of the shape of Hikonian? Am I the only one who sees it? This? Oh my goodness, I see what you mean. It's the little horns at the top. I'm loving that association. Let's see. Who's Coco's? A hot chocolate supplier? No, it's actually, there are two places called Coco's, so I guess they like that word over here. But Coco's is a family restaurant. It's a bit like Weatherspoons, to be honest, but it doesn't look anything like it inside. And someone else says, are you still matching people with pen pals? A tentative yes, I guess, but it literally takes me months to set you guys up because of the things I've got to do. However, I do have people that were still waiting, and if you're one of them that would like to prompt a reminder in me, or you'd still like a pen pal, then let me know and I'll see what I can do. But no promises on speed at all. No speed promises. But yeah, sure, probably. KendallJames@mail.com for my email for that. But it's a bit difficult because it takes me a really long time. And it's a volunteer job. So it's a bit difficult, but I'll do my best. Thank you. No problem, Melissa. I think I've got a few. What I can do is send out a big old email to anyone who was ever on the pen pal list. And maybe I get some quick results from that. Okay, let's have a look. Maybe it's not so fun to put this packaging piece here. I don't think it's very cool, do you? It's also too big. Right, let's have a look and see how I might stack this up. Snoopy is looking a little bit too big. Sorry, Snoops. We'll see. And that is sadly way too big, isn't it? I don't know. It seems to line up a little bit. Let's have a look. We're just going to play around a moment and see if some things seem to look nice together. And then I can stick them or not stick them. I don't have to do it just because I suggested I might. But it is a bit much, a bit too many things. I could cut a shape out of this. Jelly beans. It's because Snoopy's a bit big. I can also make Snoopy smaller. But his ear is one of the most iconic parts of him. Oh, to those of you that said the cinema's expensive, yeah, I hear ya. I guess it depends where you live and how much it costs to get there. But my first long-term boyfriend taught me a method of enjoyment of things. Choose something you do regularly that costs you money and work out how much you get per hour out of that, how much joy you get in hours. So for example, he'd use it to justify buying a video game. He'd say, well, I'll just round it into something. He said, if I spend $10 at the cinema and I get 2.5 hours of entertainment, and a video game is $60, but the video game I'll get 100 hours of entertainment, thus the video game is worth it. And he likes going to the cinema, so there you go. That's how we justify that kind of thing. And so, yeah, I guess you have to work out what also brings you a lot of joy in your life. So that might be going to the theatre. The theatre costs like $50 to $100 or more sometimes, right? It costs quite a lot of money. So just do a kind of measurement in that way. And so I think about some of the other things I'd get. I think, would I drink a beer in a bar? What happens if I don't buy a beer in a bar, but I buy myself a beer at home? It's a third of the price, and then I've got a little bit of money left over. How many times can I do that so that I can start to afford the thing that's more rare, but a little bit more expensive, but I'm interested in? So that's what I do. But of course, we've all got limited funds to go with. For myself this year, I am not traveling around Japan. You guys may have noticed I'm not traveling around Japan. I do not have the money to travel around Japan because I'm saving up to be in the UK. So I just can't, I can't justify traveling in Japan as well, which is, as you guys know, something that I really like to do, which is a shame. It is a shame, but we make sacrifices. Some years we get to do things, some years we don't get to do things, right? Some years we do, some years we don't. Maybe this grass doesn't have to go at the bottom, you know? Maybe it can sneak down the side somewhere. Maybe it's quite fun putting things in a bit of a topsy-turvy way. There are some things I just don't think are going to fit in this time. So I'm covering a lot of stuff. I don't really want to cover so much stuff. Let me see. Maybe you could hide the ticket behind the brown check paper. This ticket too. Yeah, it's nicer that they're in there than not, isn't it? I can also put the brown check paper in with a staple so that we can still sort of lift things if I want to lift things. So I could think about that. And I got given this Kit Kat free. So I kind of want to put that in there. Because I was saying how much I love the Kit Kat, but I didn't want the coffee. Because I hate coffee. Oh, that one can go up there nicely. Okay. I think I'm on to something. What I'm going to do is take a little picture. You can see me. Hello. Click. Hello. Cost £10 to go to the cinema in the UK. It used to cost £10, but they kept doing half price tickets to make it £5. I just checked how much it is, and it says it's $25 for a movie in adult at Hoyt, Sydney, Australia. That's a lot of money, Lauren. But actually, one second, it's about the same in Japan, which is why I don't go that much in Japan. Yen, 2000. I'm just going to check. Oz dollar. Yeah, in Japan it's 21 Australian dollars, Lauren. Yeah, it's a lot of money. But do I get to see my friend? Do I get to make a memory with my friend? Am I still thinking about the movie the next day? Has it provided me inspiration? Have I supported an industry that I care about? These are things that all come into my mind when I think, should I go? Should I buy it? Can I make the time? This is also why I will buy things from independent retailers rather than going to chain shops, because I think the value to society is greater. It might not be as impactful to the masses, but it is to society in general. So yeah, I know everyone doesn't have the luxury of playing around with money. Like I said, I've made huge sacrifices in things I'd normally like to do. I'm not really going out at all. And when I do go out, it's just the cinema or karaoke. I have not been going out as I might normally like to. And bear in mind, I don't drive because I can't afford to learn to drive, and I can't afford to get a car. I don't have children because I can't afford to have children. So that leaves me with a tiny bit of money that could be part of a huge bit of money I would need for those other things. So we all get to work out what we do with the limited budgets that we're presented with in this world. I'm going to staple these in so that if I wanted to look behind the page, I could. Probably wouldn't, but oh my god, it's a Blackadder. That's so cool. I wasn't looking at it properly, but I thought it was something I knew. It's a Blackadder. It's a Blackadder stamp. Isn't that cool? I think that's why some people give me a £5 on Buy Me a Coffee every now and again, because they want to support good things happening locally that are helping, or locally in their catchment zone of interests, if I can so clinically say, because your donation to me, your contribution to me, will contribute to many other people that enjoy things on the internet. I wouldn't be there doing the specific thing I do if I wasn't getting some kind of support to help me, because as much as I'd like to do it for free, I do most of it for free. Most of what I do online is volunteer work, and I'm lucky if some people help me out sometimes, but I need to pay bills myself. And if I ever hope to be able to achieve having a budget that allows for living in more than one room, or having a child, then maybe it supports that. So thanks. Let's see. Try not to cover up names of stuff. It does look like Kikonian, you know. In Japan, it's cheaper to buy meat than it is to buy vegetables. And for example, yesterday I had a curry and it was cheaper, 100 yen cheaper to get the beef version over the vegetable version. But vegetables are important to me, so I paid 100 yen extra. Yeah, Lauren, that's the same for us here in Japan. No food or anything in that ticket. Yeah, it's a lot of money. I was pretty shocked in Japan. It's my new normal now, I suppose. But yeah, I was shocked too. But I think the cinemas are missing a trick because I think it has to be that much these days because not so many people are going. But if they just made it cheaper, then more people could go. So I think they're shooting themselves in the foot with the way they price things at the moment. Using a stapler to stick lots of these things in. I don't mind so much if the stapler pokes out. The staple pokes out, not the stapler. In the UK, they started making all of the cinema tickets half price. So yeah, they were what, let me think, £5 or so, which was great. They'd show us a lot more adverts, a lot more commercials, but more people could go. And in Japan, the popcorn and things is pretty cheap, surprisingly cheap. At least I say so because I came from the UK where these things were really, really not cheap at all. But in turn, it makes more people buy it. In fact, I'd never bought popcorn in a cinema until last week. How's that? There we go. We've got lots of bits getting stuck in there. Well, everybody, here we go. I think I have created today's spectacle. It's got some hints of Little Mermaid and Mario in there, believe it or not. I'll know. I haven't added any words, but I wonder if I should. I wonder. Or maybe I just leave it. Maybe I'll cut a little bit of a shape. There we go. Peak of coming through a little bit. There we are. I'm really hot. The aircon needs to be turned on. What do you think? Do you like it? Totoro, do you like it? Thank you all very much for hanging out with me while I make this. I hope you all had a nice time and a good chat. Here you go. Snoopy, cute snacks, tickets and things stacked up. I highly recommend a staple, a little bit of painting to add a bit of colour. Thanks, everybody. Well, I guess I'm going to disappear. Thank you for bearing with me and making those tours happen next week. Thanks, Cheryl. And here's the stack of rubbish happening over at the side. Been stacking it up. And thank you very much. I'll catch you guys later. Please pop on buymeacoffee.com/Miss Kendall James and click follow so you can see what's coming up next. Please also do have a little look through the archives of pictures and things on there. Exactly, Gregory. People are spending that much on a meal out or takeaway. In Japan, though, a meal out generally, it depends what you do, but at lunchtime it's very, very affordable. So it supports a local business. So it's difficult. What do we do? And like, is it our job to help society, or should governments be doing more to find balance so that it's not just the rich that are able to do things? Who knows? Anyway, that's enough political, economical drama. Catch you later, guys. Thank you very much.